What is happening, folks? It is Jimmy G in the place to be, bringing you back a Monday edition of The Good, The Bad, The Awesome, where we talk about, unbox, give my first reaction to all things pop culture, mainly Star Wars, Transformers, anime, manga, all that stuff, DC, McFarlane figures, and going to the occasional convention or two. So what I see, you see, I see. Do you see what I see? Said the YouTube vlogger to the man. All right, so anyway, but if this is your first time here, go ahead and hit that like and subscribe button. Don't worry, it gets worse. But if you've been here before, thank you so much for coming back. So we are on that road to 1,000. Yeah, we hit our 900 milestone not too long ago, and so we are currently 89 away from that 1,000 mark. So hopefully we can get to that 1,000 by the end of the year. We will be going to Yamacon on December 8th, 9th, and 10th, which is in Pigeon Forge. This will be an anime convention, and I can't wait to show that to you all too as well, because y'all will be going with me, and we'll be just kind of having some fun there too as well. But today we are going to go to the land of my favorite anime that's currently on, that's running now. It's my top 5 anime. It's also my top 5 manga. But we are going to go to the world of Jujutsu Kaisen, and we are going to look at an SHFiguarts figure of the King of Curses. And if you don't know who that is, well, let's find out together. Let's do it. Here we go, folks, with another SHFiguarts figure from the world of Jujutsu Kaisen, Sukuna. Yes, one of the main antagonists from that manga slash anime, Sukuna, known as the King of Curses, who currently in the anime is basically in Yuji Itadori, who's known as Sukuna's vessel. In the manga, well, I just won't spoil that for you there. But these SHFiguarts figures are amazing. This isn't my first one. This is my third one. My first one was Gojo, and my second one was Yuta, and this is my third one here of the Jujutsu now. I also have the Chainsaw Man and Samurai Sword one, but this I can't wait to do. Now, I was going to try to wait, because if you can see here, if you have the Yuji Itadori Figuarts figure, you can actually swap out faces there so that he can look pretty menacing there, so that would be pretty cool. But here it is, here he is, One Finger Sukuna. I would say this is taken from the first episode when Sukuna does come out, but this is going to be awesome. I was able to pick this up at Box Lunch with my lunch money and was able to get it for about 40 bucks. But normally you're going to find this around $65 to $75 at other retailers. So I got him for a good deal. So let's do this. Let's go ahead, get him out of the box. And by the way, if you don't know much about Jujutsu Kaisen, I'll make sure to put some links down below. But it is currently in my top 5 animes and my top 5 mangas that I have read. Very, very cool, very awesome. And I suggest that you all jump on the train as well. So let's go ahead and get this out of the package. Out of the box and on my table, here he is, Ryomen Sukuna. Ryomen, I think that's how you pronounce his first name, Ryomen. Everybody loves Ryomen. But here he is out of the box, and what I love about SHFiguarts figures, not only do you get amazing posability, but you also get a bunch of accessories. So here we have we got all these hands right here, so really, really cool. So you got the fist right there, and then one with the thumbs up. You got these 2 hands there for his like curse technique, and there's the other fist. And then we have this face, which is more of a kind of a really serious looking face. This one that goes with the Yuji Itadori SHFiguarts that has the mouth on the side, so very cool looking. Then we also have the angry Sukuna face, which is really, really cool. I mean, the detail in these faces is pretty phenomenal. And then we got the like Sukuna, who has that like you're worthless, you're boring me, my time, and everything like that too as well. What's so cool is these faces will be swappable with the Yuji Itadori one, and I hope to get that one soon, and I hope they're swappable with another one, but again, we won't say anything about that. But let's take a closer look at the figure. And so there it is in all of its glory. Very, very cool. So let's bring in some light so we can get a little bit better illumination there. Just very cool, very phenomenal in the detail, especially of the tattoos all over the body, all over the face. I think this is a really, really great representation of Ryomen Sukuna from the first episode. Just a phenomenal. You can tell it's got Yuji Itadori's bottom half right here, but then all the top, that is Ryomen, and of course the hair there. Now what's cool is in the manga, I mean, are they related? I don't know. We'll see. I don't know. But from a size and a height standpoint, I mean, if we get my good old Wesley Snipes right there, you can kind of see that's about how tall it is. Like I said, I got to buy some more ramen so I can have my ramen scale back. But that is about how tall he is. But let's take a look at some articulation. What's cool about these figures is you have the head movement that you can go all around, but then you also have the neck movement too as well, which is very, very good. And you can move that neck as well and get him in some really, really gnarly poses. And then in the arm, I mean, it's got this cool looking butterfly joint. I don't know if you can kind of see that, but there's that part, and then there's this part here that you can really get some range of motion. And then you also have the twist right there. And then the twist on the hands, and then more than a 90-degree bend on that elbow, and that hand is on a ball, so that's really, really cool. And this right here, again, it shifts up, down. You can really get some really cool poses out of that. You have the upper waist that has the ab crunch right there, and it does have the twist too. And then you have the bottom waist that has an ab crunch and does twist 360 as well. And then as we move down to the pants, let's move these arms up. You have kind of a Jean-Claude. Now, if you twist the legs, you got a better chance at Jean-Clauding it, but you can kind of see the joint right there on how this works. But you can get it back. You have more than a 90-degree bend on that too as well. Front kick, out, in. And then the elbow, I mean, the ankle bow has all sorts of movement there, as well as the tilt with the foot. So really, really, again, just a lot of posing options that you can do with this. No twist here at the knee, but you do have twist right here at this part right here. So not only do you have twist here, but you have twist here as well. There he goes. Looks like a zombie. So that is a bit of the articulation from him. Now, in order to remove the face, what you got to do is kind of pop the top part of that head off, and then you can pop the face off like so. And then you got this weird looking creature. So let's get the really evilly mad face on him. We'll pop that in there. Come on. There we go. Come on. There we are. So we got the really evilly mad. Now he's got the bald spot right there. But you just put that hair back on. Come on. And now you got that new face on him. And the hands, they're on a ball. So all you got to do is just kind of pull those off. And you can put whatever hands you want to on him as well. So if you want this one, you just got to kind of work it, get it on there. And once you get it on there, now you got him with his malevolent shrine curse technique that he can do, or his slice, that he can do too as well. Which is really, really wicked, especially if if you haven't been watching the anime. I mean, you're missing something special, especially right now with the Shibuya arc that's going on, and we just witnessed Sukuna, Jogo, and Mahagora fight, and man, Sukuna tore it up, and poor Yuji Itadori. I tell you what, you just need to watch it and see what happened there, because it's heartbreaking. Even the season 2, the Japanese voice actor broke down and cried after recording his lines because of just just the heartache and the heartbreak that happened in that. But there he is, all in his Sukuna form. And so what we'll do is we'll compare him with some other figures, and so that way let's get them out here. So the strongest jujitsu sorcerer from 1,000 years ago, who is back from the dead, kind of like he returned kind of like Voldemort. You know, Voldemort put himself in Horcruxes. He put himself in his fingers. And Yuji Itadori swallowed some of those fingers, and that's how he is now Sukuna's vessel. But strongest sorcerer from 1,000 years ago versus the strongest jujitsu sorcerer currently. So if you're wondering who would win out of the two, if you're a manga reader, you know what happens. If you're not, I won't spoil it, but I have a feeling that battle is not quite over yet. That's just my feeling, my gut feeling. I know some of you all say let sleeping dogs lie, but I have a feeling that that battle's not over. Some of y'all are like, Jimmy, you just spoiled it. No, I didn't. I didn't tell you who won and who lost. I'm just telling you. These two have an epic battle. That's the only spoiler I will give you, is in the first episode, they have a battle when with one finger Sukuna, which means Yuji Itadori ate one finger, but and Gojo just handled him with ease. Now, Sukuna full power with like 19 fingers. Watch out on that. So, but that's them there. Let's bring in some other characters here. Let's bring in the anime hero Sukuna, so you can see him in his robe. So there, that one is. And just from looking, I mean, just let's bring these two in, and you can kind of see the difference in the detail of that face. This face is a little more glossy. This one's got that matte finish. There's a bit more detail in it. Overall, anime hero figures are not that bad. I mean, because they're only like anywhere from 15 to 20 bucks, whereas this one you're going to be paying a pretty penny for. But if you want quality, then you're going to go with SHFiguarts or Figma by Good Smile or Max Factory. But if you just want something that's a pretty decent representation, Anime Heroes is the way to go. So the way to Gojo. I like what I did there. There we go. And then let's bring in Sukuna's vessel, Yuji Itadori. This is the Anime Heroes one. And some of y'all have asked, can you swap the heads here? You cannot. Just because the peg on these are too different, and so you would not be able to swap those heads out. So you would need to keep a Figuarts. Now, if you're a modder, you might be able to figure it out. But I'm trying to get a hold of Yuji, but right now I'm finding him for a price I don't want to pay on that. And then, of course, we have from the little brother, SHFiguarts Mini Sukuna right there. Very nice. Then we got the 5-inch McFarlane Tomioka. Let's bring in a 7-inch Batman. There we go, from McFarlane. And let's bring in one of my other Figuarts figures, Yuta Okkotsu. Plays a very big role in the current arc that's going on in Jujutsu Kaisen on the manga. Very big role. Oh, I can't get them all standing. There we go. Yuta, you stand there. Yuji, you stand there. And y'all be good. And then, just to show you, here's a 3.75-inch Ahsoka Tano. And so you got all those right there that you can kind of see just from a size standpoint, which one works better, which one does not. Like I said, the mono fight here, I may get some different poses, pull out Gojo's heads, and kind of just really kind of have some fun with this. But that is they on that. So let's get back together. Let's talk through some of my final thoughts on Ryomen Sukuna. So let's bring in Sukuna. There he is. Boom. And this is probably the pose I will keep him in. I really like this with him holding his chin, his hand down to the side. I think this kind of has that look of that cockiness that we know Sukuna has, who feels like he can beat anybody. He's just in it for the fight. I tell you what, this looks mean. This looks menacing. The tattoos that are on him too as well. And again, this is like the Sukuna from Jujutsu Kaisen episode 1 when Yuji Itadori first gets possessed by him, but I hope they release another Sukuna, or maybe they won't. I don't know, because maybe they'll just stick with using the SHFiguarts Yuji Itadori figure, and you can just take the Sukuna faces on that, because in the Shibuya incident, he still looks like Yuji, but wearing Yuji's clothes and stuff, but it is Sukuna that is there in that. So maybe that's what they'll just say, hey, just get that figure. And that's why I really need to get that figure, so I can have some really cool poses. I probably need to get 2 of them, one for Sukuna and one for Yuji. But pros on this guy, the detail, the level of detail. I mean, look at that face. That thing is just so cool. And all the other faces are really awesome too as well. And SHFiguarts does an amazing job at the detail, the level of detail in their figures. Now, of course, with him having his bare chested, you're going to see all the joints and things like that. You're not going to get around that. It's a figure. Now, the only way to get around that is if you get like the 1/6 figures that have the cloth clothes and stuff like that. But these figures, you're going to see all these joints, but these joints make this special because you can then pose him in so many different ways. And that's what's really cool. So when you are thinking about a Sukuna or any figure, if you're on a budget, I mean, the Anime Heroes one is not bad. I mean, this is still a very good figure, but if you notice, I mean, the details are not quite the same as these guys, this guy here, right? But this is $20. This one's $75. So that's the difference there. So if you can afford it, go with this guy. If you need if you want the animation accurate, the posability, all that kind of stuff, you want to go with this one. If you can't, the Anime Heroes one you can't go wrong with. So what do I think of this figure? Are there any cons? I mean, there's not really any cons that I have about this figure. I mean, I think it is a really great figure. It comes with a lot of accessories and just a lot of playability and posability. If I was to ding it for anything, is the cost. I mean, it's expensive. So it is out of the reach of most toy people, but for your major collectors, this is one of those things that you'll probably save your shekels for and make sure that you can get. But that's the only thing I can say that's wrong with this. So from a good, bad, awesome, I would rate this a Cursed Technique awesome. Domain expansion, very awesome. My awesome domain, my malevolent domain, malevolent shrine, that's what his cursed his domain expansion is. But this is a very awesome figure, and I don't think you would be disappointed in getting it. And if you already have the Yuji Itadori one, this is a no-brainer. You need to get this one so you can have the faces to put on that Yuji Itadori figure, so that way you can really kind of have that duality of man, so to speak. But that is all I gotta say about Sukuna, Ryomen Sukuna, who is the strongest Jujutsu sorcerer from 1,000 years ago, or is he the strongest now, currently? I won't spoil it. I won't tell you. So you need to find out for yourself. So go watch Jujutsu Kaisen. You can watch it on Crunchyroll, and you can read the manga on Shonen Jump. The latest chapter just came out, which has been really awesome. So with that, I do leave you with my saying, and that is to stay young, have fun, and be awesome. We'll talk to you later. Bye-bye now.